to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Another run now for Nwangu. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And a short pickup to about the 25. You look at this defense for the Vikings. And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. A run for the former Seahawk. It's Rashad Penny. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep the quarterback upright?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
After the penalty, it's Penny. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Jabril Cox there on the tackle. The Eagles had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw, Cousins. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
3rd down and 1. Up the middle, Nwangu. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
First down, Vikings.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Eagles 7, Vikings 6.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play fake. Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Didn't open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Give left side here for Nwangu. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd and 6. And his throw here is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that'll keep this a one-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Here's Hurts. This one to the former Robbie Anderson, now Robbie Chosen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Swift to the 27-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now they'll change things up. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this is going to remain a one-point game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he will have a Vikings first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the give is Nwangu. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Joseph is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Hey,
73. 73.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing is Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Hey, Silver.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning three safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Here's Hurts to throw. Flush to his right. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down, Vikings.
On play action, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and 3. Cousins here going to change the play. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Handoff here to Nwangu. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now 3rd down and 7. Cousins. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick-6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 106 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Cousins on 1st down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. On the run is Nwangu. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
3rd quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Have found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On second down, here's Penny. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Did they decide to come back with it, or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Hurts looking to change the play. And now an audible here into something else. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now the third-year man. Here's Kenneth Gainwell. And he stopped immediately there. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hey, 73,
brings up 3rd down and 5.
Go Silver, ready? Get it.
Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Penny up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
63.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. The clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Throw left side, and Osborne has it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. They'll run with Nwangu, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Now, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. They'll try and lay this out for Chosen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Andrew Booth picks it off. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
And to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, no, easy.
Following the interception, Cousins, middle of the field to Jefferson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Cousins to throw. He'll get this to Nwangu. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
125 yards rushing for him now to this point. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They're now 3rd and a yard. Another run down for Nwangu. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop him for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise, because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete, Goddard. And he's going to have a first down as he's out of bounds to stop the clock with just under 20 seconds to go. Here's first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Second down, here's Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the return here.